expired. The chair recognizes the gentlewoman from California, Ms. Rivas. You're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for recognizing me. My district is in the San Fernando Valley in Southern California. That region continues to face persistent drought, a growing population, and increasing water demands, straining already dwindling water supplies. Given these challenges, Southern California has been a leader in advancing water recycling and reuse projects, many of which have been made possible through the Bureau of Reclamation's Water Smart program. Despite Water Smart's success, this administration is seeking to zero out this funding. Can you explain the decision process that goes along with ending this program, specifically a successful federal program that has a proven track record and invests in communities and supports drought-resilient infrastructure?
First of all, Representative, I want to thank you and those in your district for working on this important issue of water recycling and water conservation. Since the inception of the Bureau of Reclamation, it was really was what allowed. I mean, the vision of Theodore Roosevelt really opened up agriculture in California and Arizona, and appreciate your advocacy for the Bureau of Rec. As we looked across trying to reduce budgets across the thing, one of the things that we looked at was grant programs. And when you're trying to make the kind of reductions we are against the tremendous budget deficit we have, sometimes even programs that are solid programs end up on the list. So it's nothing in particular about this program. It's just trying to find a way to make sure that we do our part overall to help reduce the size of the deficit of the federal budget.
But as you know, the water and issues, especially in Southern California, are something we're always struggling with, and this program has proven to be successful in terms of building that infrastructure that we need is in that area with growing population. We need the entities there really rely on this federal funding to build that infrastructure. And so it's just going to be zeroed out.
Well, it's the proposal that's in it right now, but again, I think we have to look for combinations at the state, the private sector, and look for collaboration to try to come up with these solutions. When we have industries and entities and companies that come completely dependent on federal subsidies or federal programs, it's probably worth a look, but I think that we need to just keep collaborating to see if we can find solutions. As has been brought up by others here today, obviously with the water issues across the Colorado, extending into California. There's some big issues that need to be resolved. There's going to be a lot of consultation. There's going to be a lot of meetings. We're required by law to have a resolution by 2026. So we look forward to working with you as we work through that next 20-year Colorado River Compact.
Okay, Mr. Secretary, yes or no, do you believe that extreme weather, including drought, is real?
Yes, yes, I believe weather is real.
Well, thank you. So yes or no, will you commit to making sure that communities across the country, especially Black, Brown, poor, and Indigenous communities, have the resources that they need to address the effects of extreme weather and climate change?
I support that we work to protect all communities, but it's one of the things that I'm particularly sensitive to, and as we've seen in around the country and in California, the urban wildland interface as urban cities encroach into public lands, Forest Service land, California state lands, and then working with the power companies. I mean, when we interject people into unmanaged forests and then throw a lot of power lines in there and then have high wind incidents, we're asking for challenges. We've had a 30% growth in the last 20 years of urban areas growing into this wildland-urban interface. And I think sometimes we jump to blaming or pointing to climate change when in fact it's actually human activity that changed and human occupation of areas and then human decisions like power lines that are actually contributing to this fire danger.
Definitely, those are many of the challenge, and that's why we're asking for your support in communities like this. I wanted to focus my remaining time on the topic of permitting, but since I'm running out of time, I will be submitting those questions and expect a response from the department. Thank you, and I yield back.
Ladies,